Welcome to Super Freelancers PH podcast. We are Candice and Margaret. We're friends and business partners, and we'll talk about freelancing and life as creative entrepreneurs. We usually talk on a daily basis and discuss the freelancing space and talk about our experience navigating the landscape of a modern freelancer. So why not make it a podcast and let you join in, right? Let you hear some of our thoughts about freelancing and hopefully give you some inspiration to get out, create, and bring your ideas to life. Subscribe to Super Freelancers PH wherever you find your podcast and expect weekly uploads from us as we break down the latest trends in freelancing. Okay, now it's clear, it's time to do some freelancing.
Hi guys, I'm Margaret and Candice here, your Super Freelancers PH co-creators and hosts of this podcast. And as we approach the ending of season 1, we'd like to introduce you to our new type of episode, which we're so excited. We are going to interview Filipino freelancers from the Philippines and all around the globe.
Before we start this episode, please subscribe to this podcast. We have new episodes every Wednesday. Subscribe to Super Freelancers PH on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, or wherever you may find your podcast. Also, if you think someone can benefit from this, please feel free to share. So for this episode, we have Job Eloja, a Filipino freelancer who transitioned from working in the academic research lab in UP Diliman to being a web content freelance writer for over 5 years now. Job was also an ESL teacher for 8 months and the host of the podcast called The Proper Science. He also writes about tech in the Fake Brit blog. So, Job, thank you for being on the show. We appreciate you taking your time to be here with us. So, we prepared 7 questions for Job, so let's dive in. Can you tell us about you and what do you do as a Filipino freelancer?
All right. So before I answer that, thank you guys for having me. Such an honor to be a guest on this podcast.
It's our pleasure, Job, for you to be here.
About what I do. So as Candice said, I've been a content writer for 5 years. Tapos nag-start ako actually with article and design in 2015.
Yeah, that's true.
So noong una, yung project ko, I remember it was for a magazine, like an e-magazine.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to write a few chapters for that magazine. And that basically kick-started my freelance writing career.
Mm-hmm.
Then later on, actually, medyo nalihis ako. I went into social media management, email marketing support, tech support. I did a lot of stuff for this guy from Ireland.
Yeah.
Who was my second client.
Mm-hmm.
But technically, client siya ng A&D, di ba?
Yeah.
So not exactly my client, but you get the point.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did a lot of VA work and I learned a lot of tools, a lot of tricks to the online freelancing world. Candice also mentioned na naging ESL teacher ako for 8 months. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi yung isang family friend namin, she recommended this ESL company, online ESL company to me.
Mm-hmm.
Sabi niya, madali lang daw yung trabaho, magkikwento ka lang. And actually, I did like it for about 8 months while it lasted. Kasi, ano lang most of the students there are actually mga senior citizens na marunong na sila mag-English. Tapos naghahalap lang sila ng kakwentuhan. So they enroll in this online English class just to like find people to talk to all over the world.
Wow, that's nice. I didn't know that's how it works.
Yeah, that's how it works. Actually, ano siya? Ang talaga niya, ang target niya is for Japanese students who want to learn English. Adult students. And then I realized that I was also doing stuff for article and design at that time simultaneously. So after about 8 months, na-realize ko, mas profitable tong writing. So why don't I just go full-time, dedicate all of my time and effort on freelance writing. Mas kikita ko dito. Because of course, with the ESL job, I was tied to a company.
Yep.
So I was under their mercy. Kung ano yung terms nila, kung ano yung rate nila, yun lang yung rate ko. I could not, I could not negotiate a higher rate even if I wanted to.
Exactly.
Kasi nga, I'm at the mercy of the company.
That's true.
But with freelance writing, mas ano siya, mas flexible.
Mas flexible.
There's always this chance of growing your income and growing your career.
Yeah, that's true. And Job is good at it. So good at writing. So yeah. So bumalik ka sa writing, then you said na, okay, I'm gonna focus on this.
Hindi naman sa bumalik. It's more of pinagsabay ko yung ESL tsaka writing.
So mas nag-focus ka sa writing na.
Tapos when I realized, writing is more profitable. Sige, dito ako mag-focus.
All right. Good. Why not, diba?
Yeah, exactly.
What was your aha moment, or can you describe to us the time you realized that you wanted to become a freelancer or a creative entrepreneur?
There's no one single aha moment, I would say, but it's a series of moments that led up to me deciding to pursue freelancing. Kasi syempre noon, nung nagtatrabaho pa ako sa UP Diliman inside the lab, it's full-time work.
Yeah.
So it's your usual 9 to 5, which oftentimes can even stretch to 9 to 9.
Wow.
Yeah. Kasi kung nasa lab, especially in a biological lab, there are certain experiments and procedures that really require me to stay in the lab for hours and hours on end.
Yeah, that's true.
So nangyayari talaga yun. May time nga na nung nagtithesis ako, naalala ko hanggang 1:00 kami sa lab. 1 a.m. na kami nakauwi lahat.
Totoo. Nangyari din yan sa akin nun eh. Yeah, that's true.
So what we did there was we did bacterial culture and we monitored the growth rate. So every hour yan, kailangan may reading. And we did it for like 18 hours. So, yeah, 18 hours lang kami nasa lab. Kuha ng data. So that's very demanding. That's very taxing work. Although I still do love science. I mean, that's why I have the Proper Science podcast, because that's how I channel my passion for science in a different way. But the thing about research is it requires a lot of dedication. And napaisip ako, this is really draining for me. There must be something else I can do with my skills that will not drain me this much. So napaisip ako, why don't I go into a writing career? So I started to look for like job openings that involved writing, but would also combine my skills and expertise in scientific research.
Yep.
Mahirap sa totoo lang. Mahirap humanap ng job na ganun, na fit yung both skill sets ko. So I decided, why don't I try freelancing? Total, andyan naman si article and design.
Yeah.
So, and it turns out that you were looking for a writer at that time. So
Ayun, it was destiny. Yeah.
Apply agad ako, and I tried. So I tried to experiment. Kaya ko ba to? Is this something that I would love? And turns out, I realized that it was something that I really love to do.
That's good.
Yeah. Not to say that I hate working in the lab or I hate research. In fact, I miss it, and I would take any chance I can get to do that again. Although the thing is, with freelancing, andun yung freedom.
Yeah.
Yes.
In fact, I would say the free in freelancing stands for freedom.
Exactly.
Yeah, you have the freedom to work anywhere you want. Gusto mo sa bahay ka lang. Gusto mo gumising na 10:00, pwede kang gumising na 10:00.
Yeah. Gusto mo puyat, pwede ka magpuyat.
Yeah. Gusto mo magbike, pwede ka magbike.
Article Design is so proud actually that we helped kickstart yung career ni Job being a freelance writer. So we're proud to be a part of your journey, Job.
I actually owe a lot to A&D because when I started working officially for A&D, I remember I was onboarded like November, October or November of 2015.
Yeah.
My family and I just got back from a trip to Australia that time.
Mm-hmm.
So, tama-tama, I was looking for a job.
Mm-hmm.
So, ayun, I took it on.
Yeah.
Biruin mo yun, nasa bahay ka lang. Just typing on my laptop. Staring at the computer screen.
Yeah.
Tapos kung medyo napagod yung mata ko, I could take a break. No one's going to chastise me or anything. No one's going to tell me, "Ay, get back to work." Basta importante lang, I deliver my outputs on time.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Yan yung lagi kong sinasabi kay Joe before when he was working full-time sa A&D. Diba, Candice? Sinasabi ko sa kanya na it doesn't matter paano mo yan gawin, saan mo yan gawin. I-submit mo lang siya kung kailan siya due. Then that's it. I don't care, Joe, paano mo siya ginawa. Nakahilata ka or dun sa middle ng ocean or what. I don't care. Just submit it when you're done. Then that's it.
100%. In fact, my first office as a freelancer was my bedroom.
Oh, yeah. The same sa akin. Yeah.
I think dun talaga yung start usually.
Yeah, for most freelancers, lalo na yung mga bago, they start doing their office in their bedroom.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, kukuha ng spare table dyan, gagawa ng space, para maka-laptop. So, yun. That's usually the start.
Yeah, that's good.
There are actually times that pagod na pagod ako, but I know I still need to work on something. So, magnanap lang ako. Diretso sa kama, tulog for about an hour or half an hour. Tapos balik trabaho.
Yeah,
so that kind of freedom, you don't get that in the corporate world.
Yeah, so true.
Yung aha moment mo, Job, it happened lang talaga like slowly, di ba? Hindi naman yung one time.
Yeah, it's slowly, gradually. It's not a one-time thing. Gradually siya. In fact,
true.
I never even thought that this freelancing thing would be something I would be doing for the next 5 years.
Wow.
Akala ko, ano lang siya, parang in between. So I was also looking for like proper jobs at that time. Proper job meaning something that I would have to go to an office 9 to 5. You know?
Yeah.
Kasi at that time, 2015, parang freelancing was still in its infancy.
Totoo.
Hindi pa siya ganun ka sikat. Not like now.
Yeah.
Freelancing is the future. We're here.
We're here na, actually.
And COVID-19 has forced us all to stay home. So, mag-freelance na lang tayong lahat, di ba?
True. Go, guys! Super freelancers! Let's do it!
Yeah. I also saw something in freelancing that made me think, this is the job of the future.
And here we are. Fast forward 5 years.
Fast forward 5 years.
Yeah.
So my prediction was correct.
Yeah. I'm so happy to know that, Joe.
What was your biggest failure and how did you overcome it? And what lessons have you learned from these failures?
Hindi ko kasi maisip ko ano yung mas malaki. Because I can remember 2 specific instances.
Okay.
Where I think I really failed. First is, meron ako instruction na hindi na follow na mabuti. This was for one of our Irish clients before. So may pinapagawa siya, hindi ko nagawa na maayos. Napagalitan ako. So I felt like a failure that time. And the worst part about that is, I was on vacation. Nasa Manila ako noon. I was sleeping over in my friend's place. Tapos biglang,
may message.
Parang galit tong si client.
Parang alam ko yung sinasabi mo. But yeah.
Because ang nangyari kasi, na-suspend yung account niya. I don't know what happened. I was just posting normally as I would.
Yeah.
Ginagawa kasi niya, meron siya mga articles na pre-written. Tapos pinopost niya.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I think the system detected it as plagiarized. Tapos na-flag yung account niya, na-ban.
Okay.
So ako naman, I thought, temporary lang yan, mawawala yan. So I waited for a few days.
Wala pa
pero
rin.
hindi nawala yung ban. And then the client realized that. Ako tuloy napagalitan. Which I would admit is my fault anyway. Hindi ko siya sinabihan agad.
Because you thought it's gonna,
Because I thought it was gonna go away.
Yeah, true.
So, here's a tip for my fellow freelancers. Kung nagkamali, aminin natin. Let's not be afraid to admit our mistakes
And
to our
communicate it.
clients
Yeah.
and communicate it clearly. Maging honest naman tayo. We're not perfect and no one's expecting us to be perfect.
Yep.
So kung nagkamali, aminin natin. Maging honest tayo.
Yeah, true.
Because the truth will definitely come out one way or the other. Kung hindi natin sabihin, malalaman ni client.
Oo.
Tapos kung nalaman ni client, mas malala na pala yung naging effect niya sa business niya.
Mm-hmm.
So, mas napasama tuloy tayo.
Mm-mm. That's true.
Diba?
So,
rather than communicate well,
okay.
rather than like we told the client ahead of time na may nangyari or may account na suspend or ganun ba, then at least malalaman niya kaagad. And he can guide you on what to do to solve the problem.
Just have a proper communication and lay down what happened, and then just tell na okay, ito nangyari, then itong pwede natin gawin. Sometimes there are things that is out of our control, diba?
Yes, and sometimes some of us are, lalo na tayo mga Pilipino, we are a very non-confrontational culture.
Exactly.
Ibig sabihin, ayaw natin yung napapagsabihan tayo or ayaw natin yung napapagalitan tayo. We're too sensitive in a bad way.
Yeah.
I mean, okay naman yung sensitive tayo sa feelings ng iba. That's a good thing and it works well. But on the other side of it, may ano tayo, may side tayo na oversensitive.
Yeah.
Na parang lahat na lang pinapersonal natin. So hindi dapat ganun. Especially in Western culture. Kasi kung mga clients natin Western, like from the USA, Europe, Australia, mga ganun, direct sila eh. They're very direct to the point. So sa kanila, okay yun. Normal yun. Yung maging direct to the point. Pero sa kanila, walang personalan. Trabaho lang.
Yep.
So we have to realize that if our clients talk to us that way, na parang sa tingin natin medyo harsh, it's not because pinipersonal tayo. It's not because they're insulting our skills or our intelligence. No, it's because maybe we made a mistake. Correct nila tayo. So they're telling us what to do next time. Ganun lang yun.
Yeah.
Hindi nila tayo pinipersonal.
Yeah. Take note, guys.
Yeah, so it's a very important thing to realize, especially for new freelancers. Kasi marami nang na-discourage niyan eh. Biglang napagalitan ni client or napagsabihan ni client. Akala nila personal attack na. Yung pala, sinasabihan lang sila na, oy, hindi, mali yan. Ganito dapat. That's it. There's nothing more to that.
What advice would you give someone wanting to pursue a career similar to yours?
Be patient. Don't expect instant results. Kasi ako, ginagawa ko to for 5 years now. And I'm still not like Bill Gates rich.
Yeah.
Diba? And so, let's not expect freelancing to be an instant, easy money thing.
That's true.
It's just like any other business and any other job na kailangan talagang magsipag tayo. Kailangan kumayod para kumita. Diba? And in fact, dyan namamayagpag yung isang positive quality ng Pinoy eh. Yung pagiging matyaga. So if we can apply that to freelancing, being resilient, being hardworking, matyaga, pasensyoso. So if we apply those values to freelancing, we will have a better chance of succeeding. So
kaya nga kilala yung mga Pilipino sa one of the best job, diba? One of the best freelancers sa mundo kasi tayo masipag tsaka yun nga tama si Job, resilient tayo eh.
Right.
Diba?
We have, let's face it, we have excellent work ethics.
Exactly. Hindi sa pagmamayabang, but Filipino naman
but it's the
listeners natin.
It's the truth. We have excellent work ethics, especially to beginner freelancers, is that do not be afraid to, do not be afraid to showcase your skills. Kasi diba, one of the previous episodes of this podcast talked about imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
You still remember that?
Yeah.
I just listened to that a few days ago.
Oh, thanks. And favorite topic ni Candice yun.
Talaga? And then sure, it's a real thing that happens to, guess what? It happens to high achievers. According to psychology. imposter syndrome is mostly happens to people who are really good at what they do, not to people who are bad at what they do. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, akala natin, yung gawa natin, ang pangit-pangit or walang kwenta, yung pala, sa mata ng iba, an excellent siya. Or it's
Yes.
it's worth something.
Yeah.
Diba? So, tayo, in our minds, our self-doubt, probably, or some false thoughts we have about ourselves, convinces us otherwise na walang kwenta yung ginawa natin, pangit yung ginawa natin. Pero yun pala, the truth is the results speak for themselves. What the work we do is actually good and great. That's exactly why it's called imposter syndrome, because you think you're such an imposter, but the truth is you're not.
Yeah.
Your work is worth something. So as freelancers, we have to change the mindset that even if we are new at this job, or we just started, or we just barely started, our work is worth something.
Yeah.
To someone.
So if you're curious about the Super Freelancers course, which is a course for Filipino freelancers on how to fast track your freelancing career in 21 steps, we have something for you as our podcast listener. Please go to articleanddesign.com/enroll-here to be the first to know when we launch and get 500 pesos discount code on the upcoming course. This is exclusive for our podcast listeners only. So thanks for taking your time.
The third thing I want to say to people who want to pursue freelancing is you've got to start now. Okay? Kasi marami sa atin na ano ang tawag dun? It's called analysis paralysis.
Yeah.
Yes.
We keep thinking ang kailangan may ganito muna akong skill. Mag-aaral muna ako ng ganito. Mag-attend muna ako ng ganitong course before I start. But actually, you can start now. May skills ka na kaagad eh. In fact, even students who haven't graduated yet, they use their skills to earn money.
Exactly.
While school is still suspended for the time being. So, kung kaya nila, how much more people like us who have work experience, who've done things before, then we could offer our skills as well.
Yeah.
The best time to start is now. So, wag na natin patagalin. Start na.
Yeah. Start right away. Diba?
Start right away.
True. Yeah.
Okay. Meron nga akong nababasang quotation sa internet eh. For most people, it's one day. But for you, why not make it day one?
Day one. Yeah.
Okay. So next question is, what is the common myth about freelancing or the freelancing industry that you want to debunk?
Common myth. Ito isa talagang na-learn ko to. Because I'm also following one very popular freelancing coach here in the Philippines. Sabi niya, it's not true that as a freelancer, you have to be stuck at $3 an hour. Or you have to be stuck earning a low rate. So, hindi totoo na kung freelancer ka, hindi mo kaya buhayin pamilya mo. That is not true.
Totally.
In fact, there are freelancers today, Filipino freelancers, that can earn 6 figures, okay, in a month.
Yeah.
Because they're so good at what they do and good at marketing their skills. Okay? So, posible yun. You can earn 6 figures in a month if you know how to market yourself.
Yeah.
If you know how to position yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
Following from that, it is not also true that kailangan mo munang babaan yung rate mo bago ka mapansin. Okay? So, I believe I've mentioned this before in a previous interview. The myth that freelancing is a race to the bottom.
Yeah.
It's not true. Let me first explain the reality of why people have thought that it's a race to the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi nga, marami sa atin ang iniisip, kailangan start tayo sa pinakamababang rate para magka-experience, para mapansin, para
Oh,
magka-work.
yeah.
But that is really not true. Kasi kung ang skill level natin, pang expert na, tapos
Yeah.
ang presyo natin, ang rate natin like $2 an hour, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like, for example, may isang writer na nakagraduate ng accounting, then naisipan din niya mag-explore ng freelance writing kasi mahilig siya magsulat.
Yep.
Pero iniisip niya, I've never done this before. So, kailangan ko muna babaan ng rate ko to $2.50 per hour. So, imagine CPA, nakagraduate, may pinag-aralan.
May experience. Yeah.
May experience pa. Tapos ganun mag-start. It's like it's like an insult to the person's skill level.
Yeah, totoo.
Diba? So hindi talaga kailangan yung race to the bottom na yun. It's a false notion, and we have to get that mindset off of ourselves, especially for beginning freelancers. So kung hindi pa kayo nag-start, gusto niyo mag-freelancing, huwag tayo mag-isip ng ganun. It's not a race to the bottom. Yeah. Freelancing is about value. Okay, we can price according to the kind of value that we can give our clients. At kung makikita yun ni client, he would have no doubts about hiring us. Kung mapapakita natin that we can provide this much value to that client, then he would hire us in a heartbeat.
If you guys think that it is actually parang hindi ako marunong, yun nga yung parang imposter syndrome ka. Hindi ako marunong. Ang gagawin mo, and then just equip yourself. Diba? Equip yourself along the way. Mag-prepare ka. And then, alam mo yun, kasi in the freelancing industry naman is, it changes, diba? Yung mga tech and everything. So,
exactly.
you have to be learning every day. You know? So, hindi naman sinabi na, napag-aralan ko na yung, paano mag-write ng content for SEO. Okay na ako dun. Hindi. Kasi yung SEO mismo, diba, Job, nag-change. Diba?
Yes, exactly.
So, yeah, in order for you also, guys, to parang parallel naman din sa value-based pricing mo, you also have to invest sa self mo din. You have to learn every day as well. So, yan.
Of course.
Job is right. Just have the correct mindset. Tama siya. Yung mindset nyo, guys. Ayusin nyo siya from the start pa lang eh. Diba?
From the beginning.
Yeah.
Tapos isa pa palang, that's related to another myth of the freelancing industry. And it's that you have to be an expert before you can earn, before you can get started.
Yeah.
Again, not true. In freelancing, this is a learn as you go kind of career.
Yeah, totally.
Lalo na ngayon, mabilis mag-develop ang technology natin. We have to adapt. Every step of the way, we have to adapt. So, kung hihintayin pa natin na maging expert tayo bago tayo magsimula, wala, mapapag-iwanan tayo ng panahon.
Never ka talaga mag-start.
We will never get started. Mapapag-iwanan lang tayo ng panahon. Because you can never be a total 100% expert in everything.
Yeah.
Because technology changes. The economy changes. Situations change. The world changes. So, kung hihintayin pa natin yung perfect time na yun, hindi talaga darating yan.
Exactly.
It will never come.
Can you leave us with your favorite quote to motivate our fellow super freelancers and creative entrepreneurs? Ano yung favorite quote mo? As in like isa lang na parang you live by. Parang ganun.
In freelancing?
In freelancing or in life in general?
I have a lot of quotes that I live by, but I think yung pinaka-applicable sa freelancing is one principle that was mentioned by Simon Sinek. This is one of the most prominent leadership coaches in the US. Simon Sinek, the author of the book Leaders Eat Last, Find Your Why.
Yeah.
So what he said is that consistency matters. Lalo na sa freelancing. We have to be consistent in our work. We might have to do the same thing every single day for months, years even. But if we are consistent in our effort, our labor will bear fruits one day. parang exercising yan eh.
Mm-mm.
Doing 10 push-ups a day feels like nothing.
Mhm.
Okay. At the first few days, doing 10 push-ups feels like nothing.
Mhm.
But if you do 10 push-ups a day for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, magkakamuscle ka talaga.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Okay. So it's pounding of consistently applied efforts that produces results.
True.
So, wag nating i-expect yung instant result or like gawa tayong video mag-viral agad.
Yeah.
That happens like 0.001% of the time. It doesn't happen to everyone.
Yeah.
Especially in freelancing, hindi yung makakascore ka agad ng big shot na client.
Totoo. Yeah.
Hindi yan instant.
Lucky
Okay?
lucky yung iba na they already, it's very rare na may mga ganun.
It's very rare. It happens, but again, 0.0001% of the time.
Yeah.
So bibihira lang yun. So let's not expect instant results. Let's focus on being consistent in our work.
Yeah, that's true. So take note, guys, kasi yun nga sabi nila, there's no overnight success. What happens is that there will be an overnight success after 5 or 10 years of work. Parang ganun, di ba?
Yep.
Pero hindi naman namin sinasabi, guys, na, oh my God, 5 years pa kami magiging successful.
I mean,
it's not like that. I mean, you get what we mean, di ba? Yeah,
that's the point. The point is consistency.
Our last question is, where can our listeners connect with you online, or what project you'd like us to check out?
Well, if you'd like samples of my work, you can go to my personal website. As mentioned earlier, that was thefakebrit.com. So there I have some of my work posted, and including one that was actually published in a local newspaper.
Oh, that's nice.
So the article about the MacBook Air, na-publish yun actually sa Sunstar Davao.
Oh, that's great.
And if you'd like to check out my science podcast, just go on Spotify and search Proper Science. That's 2 words, Proper Science. So obviously it's about science, and I talk about is debunking science myths with science facts.
Oh,
that's what the podcast is all about.
Yeah.
Kasi syempre ang daming fake news ngayon, di ba? So I want to help in the fight against misinformation by doing this.
Yeah, it's true. Listen to it, guys. It's very interesting and entertaining. I suggested one of the topics mo nun before, Job. I think it's about yung carbs ba yun or something? About something about about nutrition.
Yeah, in one of my episodes, I talked about the myths of the no carb diet.
Yeah. So guys, if you want to listen to some science myth busters, busting the mga episodes, this is really the podcast for you. So check it out, Proper Science. Just look for it on Spotify.
Oh, and please feel free to contact me through Messenger.
Yeah,
sure. I'm aware that most of our members are in a Facebook group.
Yeah.
So, di ba, pinaka-convenient is Facebook Messenger.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Just find me on my profile and click message.
Yeah, true. So guys, Job is a member of the Super Freelancers PH group. So we will see you again, Job, for sure. We will catch you again in our group, or probably in the next season. We don't know. But yeah, thank you so much for your time, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Thank you. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to this podcast. We have new episodes every Wednesday. Subscribe to Super Freelancers PH on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Breaker, or wherever you may find your podcast. Also, if you think someone can benefit from this, please feel free to share.
Thank you so much, guys, for listening, and we hope this episode will help you to become the super freelancer and inspire you to be globally competitive. And we hope this podcast helped you in bringing out the best version of yourselves. So we appreciate if you can leave us any comments for the guys and share your experiences, because we love to hear from you. Okay, so you guys are the superheroes of the digital world. We appreciate you, and have fun in freelancing.